Last night on MasterChef Australia.
This is a defining moment for each of you.
3 chefs fought for their place in the competition in an elimination challenge.
The person for whom the dream of becoming Australia's first MasterChef is over is Linda.
Tonight, a celebrity cook-off.
You're about to cook off against one of the finest chefs in the country.
Has the amateur got the skills to beat the pro at his own signature dish?
I am out of my skin about this challenge. If I don't get this right, it's really going to show.
Will Brent do enough to be fast-tracked to the final week?
Looks lovely.
If that's Brent, he's done a really good job.
It's Celebrity Challenge Day. Brent's won the invention test. He gets to cook against the celebrity chef, and we don't know who that's going to be.
I slept in a little bit. I slept like a log last night. I am quite nervous. I think I've got control of that now. You know, it might be different when I walk into MasterChef kitchen.
What are you cooking, mate?
As soon as Rabbit was announced, I said farmhouse, Italian, lots of little plates of serving. It's going to be a feast. I've been a photographer, shooting cookbooks. That's an amazing job. Just want to take it that one step further.
Brent, yours was the best dish of the day.
You'll be back here in a few days to cook off against one of Australia's leading chefs.
Can't wait. The last 3 challenges, I just slowly improved and understood what this competition's about.
Look, it's hard to tell how Brent's going to go today. He can have mini disasters in the kitchen, so you'd hope that Brent has the right mindset going in today.
Food, to me, is intensely personal and a giving process, so I just want to keep giving and making people happy. I'm not going in there to lose. I'm going in there to have fun and remain focused and remain dedicated and do what I've come here to do. Today's the day. As I got out of the limo, feeling that proud, my head was that big. And then it popped as soon as I went through. I thought, oh God, here we go. Hey guys. I walk in and I see, you know, it's basically back-to-back challenge positions ready to roll. And the judges are waiting there for me to unveil who they've rolled out of the plethora of talent that Australia holds.
Brent, welcome back to the kitchen. You won this week's invention test, which has proved to us that you're emerging as one of the best amateur chefs in this competition so far.
I wouldn't say that, but thank you.
And now you'll be given a very special opportunity to show us just how talented you really are. You're about to cook off against one of the finest chefs in the country. Each week in this competition, contestants will be eliminated until we are left with just one winner. Now, if you win today, you will get to bypass nearly all those eliminations. You'll pack your bags, you'll head home, spend some time with the family, and then come back for the final week.
Well, Brent, what an opportunity, huh?
Yeah.
You excited about this?
I'm absolutely stoked.
A little anxious, maybe?
Sweaty as.
We've seen some ups and downs,
Yep.
but we've got faith in you, and you should do really well today.
Thank you.
Wow, what a different Brent we see standing here. You seem a little bit nervous, which is good, but you seem calm, which is fantastic. And so much of the issues I think we all had with your cooking was this hyperactivity that you used to have. So congratulations on completing that part of your journey.
Well, Brent, the burning question is, who are you about to take on? No one cooks Thai food better than this man. He's owner of the renowned long grain restaurants in Sydney and Melbourne. He is, of course, Chef Martin Boetz.
When I hear it's Martin from Long Grain, I was very excited.
Martin, how are you?
He's an amazing, amazing Thai chef.
High challenge.
G'day, mate. I'm dead, man.
I'm Martin Boetz, and I'm the executive chef of Long Grain Sydney and Melbourne. I started cooking Asian food in 1993. I love the flavours, I love the textures. Learning to cook Asian food has made my Western food a lot better because I've learnt to taste, I've learnt to season. I'm cooking better now than I have ever cooked in my life.
Martin, as our very special guest, you get to choose the dish that both you and Brent will be cooking today. Now, can you put Brent out of his misery and tell us what that dish will be?
It is a signature dish of Long Grain, and it's the egg net with the pork and prawn, bean sprouts and a cucumber relish.
Lucky I brought my appetite, mate.
The great thing about this dish is when you cut into it as a diner, you get this explosion of all those textures and all those wonderful aromatics. Now, the danger is you get any of those out of balance and the dish falls apart. And if that egg net isn't right, if it isn't lacy and light, you're going to miss. Because that's really what you'll be judged on.
OK, so Martin, Brent, the three of us are going to leave now and let you get on with the cooking. We obviously won't see what you're doing. So what's interesting for us is that when we taste those two dishes, in theory, we'll have no idea who's cooked what if you, Brent, have done a good job. We'll see you later.
Be gentle.
I will.
Brent, to give you a fighting chance, Martin will now show you the dish. He'll talk you through a few tips and also show you the recipe.
Excellent. Here it comes.
So that's what a real egg net looks like, eh? The dish is an egg net with pork and prawn, bean shoots, all the fresh Asian herbs, and then that's being served with a cucumber relish.
So it's fine chopping.
There's a lot of work in this.
These things are incredibly difficult to make.
Lemongrass, lime leaves, mint, coriander, bean sprouts, pork, mince, prawn. A good mouthful.
I really savoured each mouthful.
And the coconut
Tried
too,
to really absorb it all in here and have a combined knowledge bank.
Brent, you get one more advantage. You have 1 hour and 15 minutes to complete this dish. I'm afraid, Martin, you just get 45 minutes. So that's a 30-minute advantage. Feeling confident?
I'm going to give it my best shot.
Good one. Good luck, and your time starts now.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks, mate. I hope I understand this dish enough to actually do really well. All right. I am out of my skin about this challenge. 150 grams of sugar. I'm trying to establish a method using the recipe that I've got in front of me, and I'm just racing a million miles an hour.
Just get it in, forget about it, and start on your coconut caramel
sauce. I didn't realise Martin was going to be there to coach me through it. Pound garlic. It feels awesome that I've got that support right there and then.
Now remember, you're going to pound that so you can, if you want to smash them, just smash them and get the peel off. It's quite a hard dish to do because there's a few different elements to it.
The most important thing is flavour, is taste, how well those 35 ingredients that are in that dish have been combined to create a balanced flavour, which is a tough thing to do.
Okay.
Sorry, I've lost my place a little bit.
Okay. He was very nervous, and I think he read the recipe so many times he probably just confused himself.
When he gets panicked, he does freak out. I'm hoping that he holds it together.
I wanted to do my peppercorns first. I'm getting a little lost because I'm doing so many things at once.
You need to get rid of that raw, garlicky smell.
Martin's chipping in. He's passionate. It's his recipe. It's his baby. I'm appreciating every piece of input.
So now
shrimp paste soon?
Now, yeah. I'm helping him because I hate to see somebody stress when it's unnecessary. Now, start doing your coconut.
Who's cooking, Brent?
Martin's standing in the kitchen. He's got the vinegar on the go. He's putting the palm sugar in with the coconut. Are you going to do any of the cooking today, Brent?
He's really just guiding me into getting the tastes right.
You don't want to colour that too much and you want to break it up as much as you can. The pork mince.
Martin, it is now time for you to start cooking. You've both now got 45 minutes until the judges taste your dishes.
When Martin leaves, I'm going to have to really take the reins back again and get my head back into where I'm going and where I have to go.
Bray, let's kick it, mate!
So Martin begins to cook. You know, as you'd expect, very cool, very calm, looks very collected. You saw the way that he was able to execute his knife skills, like the way he cut that kaffir lime leaf. It was like it was cut into cat hair. It was incredible.
The most difficult part of this dish is probably making the egg nest. It's just getting it right, and obviously we've only got a certain amount of eggs to use.
This is the bit where it could horribly go wrong. It's all about pan temperature. Just hoping it's not too hot because you don't want scrambled egg net. If I don't get this right, it's really going to show.
I think Brent's been gradually getting better and stronger in this competition. I think his confidence is growing, and I think he's managing to control his nerves a lot more in the kitchen.
I'm being really pedantic and careful, and it's looking just like I wanted it to. And when I finally pulled that little sucker out of the pan, everyone cheered. That was a pretty good buck up.
We were all really excited for him because I think that's one of the key parts to making that dish successful.
I looked around a few times to see how he was going, and he was getting cheered on by his other team members, so I thought he was doing okay.
Gentlemen, 15 minutes to go.
Brent is incredibly composed. Normally he's all over the shop, but he looks really, really focused.
Walk over to Martin's side to see how he's going, and I'll be honest, it didn't look like he had it all together yet.
I mean, it was obviously a challenge just to do it in a kitchen that I hadn't worked in before.
Somebody come and help me, please.
And there's always a bit of anxiety there.
In any challenge, there's always the chance that an error is going to occur. It might be by one of us contestants, it might be from a celebrity chef.
Gentlemen, 5 minutes to go.
Let's go, Brent! Brent's looking pretty steady. Looks like he'll get a dish out. But Martin, you just wouldn't think he was going to get there.
Okay, both of you, you've got 1 minute to go. So you've got 1 minute to plate up and have your dishes ready for the judges.
Come on, Boetz. Minute to go. Let's go, mate. Come on, ramp it up.
That last minute is the most important, you know. If you've made a fantastic dish and you don't get it on the plate, you know, then it's a complete waste of time.
I'm plating up and fussing around and making sure the presentation is the way I remembered it. I've realised my egg net's not going to wrap around the whole thing. I'm like, oh, God. I think I might have shot myself in the foot.
30 seconds to go, mate. You can do it, buddy.
With a few seconds to go, Brent is madly trying to reassemble his egg nest. Martin hadn't even really started assembly. I was afraid that Martin wasn't going to finish.
45 minutes did go quite quickly. And I just finished right bang on time.
Brent and Martin, your time is now up.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I really feel happy I got something on a plate and just happy to be here. I'm bubbling.
Brent, why don't you bring your plate forward? Plate 1 is Brent's. Martin, your dish, please. Plate 2 is obviously Martin's dish. The judges will now taste your dishes one by one, and they'll give each of them a score out of 10.
Looks lovely. Lots of nice colour. Let's have a... There's some nice flavours in there. It's fresh, it's sharp. You can taste the lime. I mean, the dipping sauce really stands out.
Technique with the shredding of all the vegetables, the kaffir lime's been shredded beautifully.
This is beautifully balanced. A little bit of heat, sweetness, some acidity as well. The egg net though is a bit too thick, a bit too heavy. Hasn't quite got the delicacy that you really want. But look, it's a pretty good dish overall. Right, let's bring in plate 2. Yep. A little crispy.
There's a lot more lime leaf. Maybe it's just a bit that I had, but it's much more fragrant.
Beautiful, fine, lace-like. It seems to be put together with a lot more finesse.
That's a line ball, I think, between those two dressings. But if that's Brent's, he's done a really good job.
OK, guys, I think it's time to go and reveal our scores.
Yep.
Brent, you just faced one of the toughest challenges, I think, so far. You had to cook off against Martin Boetz from Longrain, who just happens to be one of the most talented Asian-style chefs in the country. You each cooked an egg net of prawns, pork, bean sprouts and cucumber relish. The judges each tasted your dishes and gave them a score out of 10 without knowing who cooked what dish. And now it's time to find out who scored the highest total out of the 3 judges combined. Brent, if your dish scores higher than Martin's, you will receive a free ride all the way through to the final week of this MasterChef competition. And you'll bypass all upcoming eliminations. Judges, I can tell you now that plate 1 was Brent's.
Doing this, it's so much fun. I feel proud to actually be even acknowledged as a contender.
George, you're first. Tell me, what did you give Brent's dish?
Okay. A 6 out of 10. For me, the egg net, it's got to be like beautiful La Perla underwear. Yours looked a bit like big nananakas.
Pantaloons.
Yeah. But honestly, mate, the flavour was really good and I would pay money for that in a restaurant.
6 out of 10.
Okay, yep.
The cucumber relish was absolutely impeccable.
Thanks, Matt. Thank you.
Gary, what did you give plate 1, which was Brent's dish?
I gave you a 5.
Okay, yep.
On the face of it, that dish seems very simple, but it is remarkably complex. I think it hit all the right notes. You know, the presentation, I think, maybe let you down.
Brent, you just scored 17 out of a possible total of 30. So judges, plate 2 was obviously Martin's dish. Gary, what did you score plate 2?
Well, Martin, that was a beautiful dish. The egg net was beautiful, it was crisp, and the flavour balance just really stands out. So thank you, Martin. Really appreciate it. That's an 8 from me.
George, what did you score Martin's dish?
Absolutely beautiful dish. 8 out of 10. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Matt, what did you give Martin's dish?
Nine out of 10.
Well done, mate.
Thank you. Thanks for all the coach.
So Martin, you scored a total of 25 and Brent, you scored a total of 17. Martin, congratulations, you won our challenge today. Well, Martin, thank you so much for being part of MasterChef Australia today. It's been wonderful to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Come on, you can give him a kiss. Come on. I know you want to. Oh!
So, Brent, you've done extremely well. And, you know, the three of us are starting to notice a few contestants that are popping their heads up above the rest of them. So to the rest of the contestants, I think they need to pull their socks up and watch out for those guys and maybe watch out for you. Well done, Brent. Good job.
Still can't wipe the smile off my face because that was amazing. I've just learned to cook something really cool.
Tomorrow night on MasterChef.
So it's challenge time again, eh?
Two teams go head-to-head as they host a seafood banquet.
I'm quite cocky and confident that the team that I've picked is ready for anything.
And special guest judge Curtis Stone will be expecting nothing but the best.
Oh, I'm so hungry. I wouldn't serve them. To me, the lobster's a bit tasteless.
At stake for someone on the losing team, the prospect of elimination.
There was big mistakes on both, so it's a tough decision.
So the lobster's going to come back and haunt me forever, I know it.